You've listened, learned, and leveled up all year long, and now it is your turn to take the proverbial microphone. I'm planning next year's Inside the Mix podcast episodes, and I want your input. What topics do you want to hear more of? What guests do you want on the podcast? And what other avenues do you want the podcast to explore? From mixing workflows to creative systems to music marketing, this is your opportunity to shape the podcast that you want to hear.
You're listening to the Inside the Mix podcast with your host, Marc Matthews.
Hey folks, welcome to the Inside the Mix podcast. A big welcome to any new listeners and a welcome to the returning listeners as well. I said welcome a lot in that opening gambit. Now this episode is different to usual. I don't have a guest. It's not an interview episode. It's not behind the scenes or a tutorial or anything like that. It is a reflection episode. This episode is dedicated to you, the listener. I want you to help me shape. I want your input on the podcast in 2026. But before we go any further, if you are enjoying what I'm doing here at Inside the Mix, consider joining as a member. You can join the YouTube membership by clicking that big blue join button underneath the title, or it might be above the title, can't remember. Anyway, with that, you will get first view of any new episodes before anyone else. You'll get shout outs, you'll get badges, and priority reply to comments as well, all for the price of a monthly coffee. So click that big blue join button. So back to the topic at hand, I've created a short 2-minute survey, and you will find a link to it in the episode show notes. And in there, you can help shape the podcast in 2026. Also, you can share your musical win of 2025. It can be anything music related. And in doing so, I will give you a shout out, you and your win, on the final episode of the podcast in 2025, which will air on December the 30th. Tuesday, December the 30th, episode 227. Now that is optional, but it would be amazing. I want to dedicate that whole episode to you, the listener, and your wins in 2025. So click that link, fill out the survey, and right at the bottom, you'll have the opportunity to leave your name, social media handle as well if you want. I can give you a shout out there, and also your win of 2025. You've got until, looking at my notes, November the 29th to submit your win, because on the 29th, I'm going to be recording that particular episode. So you've got until the 29th to submit your music win and get featured on the Inside the Mix podcast. So here's why this episode matters. The Inside the Mix podcast has always been about real-world production insights and creative systems for independent producers and artists just like you. By taking 2 minutes to share what's working, what's missing, and what you want more of in 2026, you're making the podcast more relevant, practical, and valuable to the listeners, you, the listeners. Last year, many of you asked for more mixing workflow content, and that's where episodes with Shane Slack and Brian Skill, for example, came from. That came from your insight in 2024. This year, I'm curious, do you want more guest interviews? Do you want shorter interviews, longer interviews? Do you want deep dives into plugins? Do you want behind the scenes in the studio? Do you want reflection video log episodes? Or do you want shorter music production tutorial episodes? Or maybe something altogether different, music related though, for the podcast? I read every response, so please do click that link in the episode description and help me shape the podcast in 2026. Who do you want to hear from on the podcast? What do you want to learn on the podcast? Do let me know, and this is your opportunity to do just that. So folks, I cannot wait to hear from you. Click that link in the episode description, submit your feedback, shape the podcast in 2026, and of course also share your win. I cannot wait to read your wins and share those on the podcast. Episode 227, December the 30th. And remember, if you do want to share your win, you've got until November the 29th. So make sure you click that link in the episode description. And while you're here, check out episode 199. It is titled The Hidden Production Habits You're Probably Ignoring at Your Own Risk. And it's the perfect companion to today's episode as we look forward to 2026. So until next time, keep creating, keep producing, and join me in the next episode.